Alright, so cutting a chunk off with the bandsaw of some 1/4 inch plate for the when we mount the fuse box to and the relays. I was going to use this piece of sheet metal, which to be honest is better, but I wanted it 6 by 8 and I'd have to cut it this way, and that one's already 6 inches, so I just cut it at an 8. So getting there. It's gonna take a long time to cut that. That's a lot of surface area. So unfortunately, this is probably as far as I'm gonna get on this project for today. I got the little legs here. They'll go here and get welded on into position on both sides. And all that's for is just to get this plate off where it's going to mount so you can get to the screws to bolt it. And so I just got it kind of mocked up here how I want to do it. I got 3 relays. I'll have power in. This is a 30 amp circuit breaker going to one of these relays. This relay will power the fuse box. So pretty much when you turn the key on, it'll turn power to all. You'll have power to everything. When you turn the key off, everything will shut off. And then these are 2 other relays for one for lights and one for the heater fan that has 2 motors. So and then I'll run this little inline 15 amp. This is actually a 30 amp fuse in there, but it'll be a 15 amp. There'll be the power to the ignition switch. So like I said, probably this is as far as I'm going to get for a little while. I'll pick up the video in a little bit. I had a lot of stuff happen this month, good and bad. Good, which is actually more of great, my daughter was born a month early, healthy as an ox. Bad, the same month we get all the hospital bills, my fence blows over. So we'll be putting about $1,000 into a new fence, and who knows how many $1,000, $8,000 I think. It was emergency C-section for my daughter, so whew, yeah, we'll see how much the hospital bill is. But anyways, that's the project so far. Picking up on rewiring that log loader. Talk to you later. Alright, YouTube, so got the plate, the holes drilled for where everything's mounting, and the holes drilled in the angle iron. So the daughter and my wife are in the house sleeping, and my son George and my mother are out bike riding, and I got the fence done. So ta-da. So I got about an hour before everyone wakes up that I can make this video and hopefully get this little fuse panel bracket welded up and primered and painted. So I will get back to you as soon as I get that done. Okay, as embarrassing as this is, these welds are ugly, but they are some sort of mystery metal. I don't know what they are. This angle iron, it's an old bed frame. And I mean, the weld, when you hit it with the weld, the weld just like beads away from it. I had to like weld and kind of like push it over. I don't know what it's made of, but it didn't like to weld. So anyways, got the little angle plates, little mounting brackets on it. So next is primer and paint. Well, got some primer on it, and next thing I got is this leftover blue. I thought I had black, but I don't, so blue cover is good, so it's the next best option. Also, I threw a bead on the bottom of the side, on each side there, to just kind of make up for the crappy welds so they don't break, but there'll be nothing on it. So pretty good day when you get to work on logging equipment and barbecue. Makes it fun. Get over there, you. I'm not the best barbecuer. I don't claim to be. Cooking's not really my thing. But fun nonetheless. It's a good day. It's actually great. George and I at church went and had a watermelon eating contest, and he won the children's and I won the adults, so couldn't be more proud. That's the other can was plugged. This is the blue I'm going to use. So I'm out here today in my slippers pulling this dash out of here. Had to, it's one of those things you think, oh, it's gonna be an easy project. Got 4 quarter 20 bolts on either side, or on 2 on each side. Piece of cake. But what ends up happening is they're so freaking rusted that it takes you forever, and you're rounding the heads off the bolts, even with a 6-point. But yet it'd be just faster if they sheared, but they won't. Then you have to fight a bee's nest. There's one of those suckers. Had a bunch of them in here. Killed the bee's nest. Been too afraid to go inside yet. So should have been a 5-minute project. I'm in it probably, I don't know, every bit of 30 minutes already. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Well, looks like all the bees are dead. The dash seems loose, but I got the throttle cable going all the way down to the engine, so it looks, probably should have took the throttle off first. Like that is just the screw that holds in this pin maybe, and I can leave the cable there and take the whole dash out so that I can start taking the gauges out and wire wheeling the dash and getting ready to paint it. So let me see if I can get that screw out. It might be all corroded in there, it's all aluminum. And get that pin out and then I'll update you guys. Okay. Well, that was relatively easy. Actually came out easy, so there's the pin. I'll put that back in there so I don't lose it. And don't get stung. And I'll put that back in there, that set screw that just holds it. Holds that in there from backing out. One thing is it's always been broken or set up to where this is the stop to set your idle, and either the pin's broken there or there's mud or just the screw's out, but it's to shut it off you'd go past that to throttle it down. So I'm gonna put all that back together the right way. What they had is the governor wasn't set right, or the governor was set right, but they couldn't shut the engine down. So it looks like they when I pulled the governor apart to take the head off, looked like they'd backed the idle screw all the way out of it, and so they could manually throttle it down and it'd kill itself. So I will get all this back together properly and reset the governor best I can. I have a book on how to do it, so I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. It doesn't seem too complicated, so what I'll do is I'll get it set the way it needs to be, and then I'll manually adjust it, get it to where it idles where I want it, and then I'll hook the shutdown solenoid on it to de-stroke the rack. I'll see if I can get this out of here, and I'll gotta take 2 hands. I need to get a nice little headset cam or something so I can actually make good videos. That's what I really like to do, so I can and edit them and fast forward, and so you can see the whole project start to finish instead of me just pausing and playing and pausing and playing. But for now, that's what we got to work with is my phone, so I will show you guys in just a second when I get it out. Okay, that was a lot more work than I thought it would be getting that sucker out. It was all beat up and bent and tweaked, and that did not want to come out of that cab. But what this stuff is, anyways, it's out. Now goes the battle of taking all these gauges out, and gonna be a lot of wire wheeling, getting this all cleaned up and painted. So one thing I did notice when I took it off, this had a fake wood grain trim at one time. It's definitely Definitely kind of cool. Reminds me of well, I mean, I know the vintage of this, but maybe it makes sense, late 60s. So, just like my little tent trailer over there. It's 1968, and it's got the fake, well, it's got actually real wood in it, but everything's that wood grain trim on it. So, kind of the same vintage, I guess. So, that's all for today. And next time I make a video, hopefully we'll be actually starting to put wiring together. You guys have yourself a great weekend, and if I don't post another video before the 4th, have a great 4th of July, and stay safe.